Hello. This video will demonstrate how to solve a three-firm Cournot problem. Market demand conditions are going to be given by the following inverse demand equation. Price equals 100 minus 2 times Q output, the quantity demanded, where the output in the market can come from firm 1, firm 2, and firm 3. So this is, once again, a three-firm Cournot problem. We've got three firms, and they're going to be engaged in Cournot competition. If we want, we could substitute for Q subscript 1 all the way through Q subscript 3. So rewriting the market demand conditions as follows. Another thing we're going to need is something about the marginal cost. The marginal cost of firm 1 is, well, not $100. Let's use $20, sorry. So the marginal cost of firm 1 is 20, and we're going to keep the marginal cost the same for all firms. Marginal cost for firm 2 is $20. Marginal cost for firm 3 is also $20. Alright, so we're going to start with firm 1. And the idea here is to solve for firm 1's reaction function. We're going to do that by setting the marginal revenue for firm 1 equal to its marginal cost, and then solving for firm 1's output, Q subscript 1. So let me show you how to do that. So from firm 1's perspective, where the subscript represents firm 1, total revenue is price times its output, firm 1's output. Let's substitute in for the P term. So we get 100 minus 2 times the output of firm 1 plus the output of firm 2 plus the output of firm 3. Okay, so just substituting in for P, and then this is again multiplied by firm 1's output. Let's multiply firm 1's output through by everything in the brackets. And we get this result. The next thing is to get marginal revenue. We're going to do that by taking the partial derivative of firm 1's total revenue function with respect to its output. Okay, so that's firm 1's marginal revenue. The next step is to set firm 1's marginal revenue equal to marginal cost. Just moving up here a little bit. We said marginal cost is $20. Now we want to solve this for firm 1's output, and once we do that, we'll have an expression for firm 1's reaction function. Okay, simplifying a few things here, and then isolating firm 1's output. We finally have firm 1's reaction function. So that circled result represents firm 1's reaction function. Next step, we're going to do basically the exact same thing, but this time from firm 2's perspective. We're going to find firm 2's total revenue, Take the partial derivative of that to get firm 2's marginal revenue, set marginal revenue equal to marginal cost, and then solve for firm 2's reaction function. So from firm 2's perspective, its total revenue is, once again, the market price times its output. So the market price from the previous screen would be given by this equation in brackets, and then multiplied by firm 2's output. We will simplify this once again. And now we're ready to take a partial derivative with respect to firm 2's output. This partial derivative will represent the marginal revenue of firm 2. Next, let's set firm 2's marginal revenue equal to its marginal cost. Its marginal cost is $20 like all the other firms. Now we're going to solve this for firm 2's output. And you'll notice that this looks like the mirror image of firm 1's reaction function. Given that the firms have the same marginal cost structure, it should look like a mirror image. So that is firm 2's reaction function. Okay, next we do basically the same thing for firm 3. Let's get total revenue for firm 3. I'm going to skip a few steps here in the interest of time, so simplifying this out and then taking the partial derivative. With respect to firm 3's output, we get the marginal revenue for firm 3. Which will look something like that. Next, and maybe I'll go over here, setting the marginal revenue of firm 3 equal to the marginal cost of firm 3. We're going to solve for Q3 after we set both of those equations equal to one another. And again, in the interest of time, I won't show the math. It's very similar to what we just did for firm 1 and firm 2. You'll get the following result. Firm 3's reaction function. So in this 3-firm Cournot problem, we're going to solve for 3 reaction functions, one from each firm. And what we're going to have here is a setup with 3 equations and 3 unknowns. So we're going to go solve that on the next page. So equation 1 will be firm 1's reaction function. I'll just rewrite from the previous slide. Equation 2, we'll call that firm 2's reaction function, which I'll rewrite from the previous slide. And finally, equation 3 is firm 3's reaction function. And you'll notice that these are all basically a mirror image of one another. And so now we want to solve this system. And the way that I like to do it is let's substitute 2 into 1, and then we want to substitute 2 into equation 3. So we're going to substitute equation 2 into equation 1, we're going to simplify, and we're going to substitute 2 into equation 3, and we're going to simplify. And so let me go ahead and do that. Putting 2 into equation 1, we're going to get this result. So here's equation 1, 20 minus 1/2 times the output of firm 2. What's the output of firm 2? Okay, there it is. I'm going to plug that in right here. Then we get 20 minus 1/2 times the output of firm 1 minus 1/2 the output of firm 3. And this minus 1/2 the output of firm 3 is still hanging around. So simplifying this, so minus 1/2 times 20 is minus 10, minus 1/2 times minus 1/2 is where the 1/4 is coming from, a positive 1/4. Be careful with your signs. And then the same thing here, minus minus, so plus 1/4 the output of Q3 times the output of firm 3. And now what I want to do is I want to solve for Q1. So let's see, bringing this 1/4 Q subscript 1 over to the left-hand side, that will leave you with 3/4 times the output of firm 1. Plus 1/4 times the output of firm 3 minus 1/2 the output of firm 3 simplifies to just minus 1/4 the output of firm 3. Now multiplying through by 4/3, we're going to get 40 divided by 3 and 1/3 the output of firm 3. Okay. The next step, let me go back to the top here, we're going to substitute equation 2 now into equation 3. So we're going to substitute equation 2 into equation 3. Okay, substituting equation 2 into equation 3, Q3 equals 20 minus 1/2 the output of firm 1 minus 1/2 the output of firm 2. Well, I'm now just going to plug this 20 minus 1/2 times the output of firm 1 minus 1/2 the output of firm 3 into firm 3's reaction function right here. Okay, that's what I'm going to do down below here. So we get 20 minus 1/2 the output of firm 1 minus 1/2 the output of firm 3. Okay, so after substituting equation 2 and equation 3, you have this mess here, we're going to simplify it and solve for Q subscript 3, the output of firm 3. So let me go ahead and do that then. Okay, so now we're going to solve for the output of firm 3. I'm going to first move this term over to the left-hand side by subtracting 1/4 the output of firm 3 from both sides. 20 minus 10, we get the 10 there, and then minus 1/2 the output of firm 1 plus 1/4 the output of firm 1 leaves us with minus 1/4 the output of firm 1. Simplifying, we're left with this result. And we're almost done. Let's go on to the next page and start getting some answers for the output of firm 1, 2, and 3. What you're going to see, though, is we've got this equation here and this equation here. We've got two equations and two unknowns. This will now be easy for us to solve, so let's go ahead and do that. So just rewriting our previous results from the last screen on this fresh page here, we found the output of firm 1 can be simplified to look something like this, and the output of firm 3 simplified to look something like this. So let's go ahead and substitute this result here into the above equation. And now we can solve this for the output of firm 1. We got one equation, one unknown. So subtracting 1/9 Q subscript 1 from both sides leaves us with that on the left-hand side. This right here, let's see, this is really 120 over 9. Okay, so that leaves us with 80 over 9. 120 divided by 9 minus 40 divided by 9 is just 80 divided by 9. Solving for Q1, that just equals 10. So firm 1 will produce 10 units. How about firm 3? Well, firm 3's output is given by this equation. So if firm 1 is producing 10 units, you're going to see that firm 3 is going to produce 10 units. So 40 divided by 3 minus 10 divided by 3 is just 30 over 3, or 10. So firm 3 produces 10 units. And what about firm 2? Now let me get a clean slide. Firm 2 has a reaction function that looks like that. We solved that many slides ago now. And if firm 1 is producing 10 and firm 3 is producing 10, we're going to see that firm 2 will also produce 10 units of output. 20 minus 5 minus 5 is just 10. And it should be no surprise in a Cournot problem, assuming each firm has the same marginal cost structure, each firm will be producing the same output level. And the last thing we could do is get the market price. Okay, we said the market price was given by 100 minus 2 times the total output in the market. Well, the total output in the market is 30 units, 10 from firm 1, 10 from firm 2, and 10 from firm 3. So 100 minus 60 is $40. Okay, I hope you found this problem helpful.